Hello, welcome back to Miss Bell's classroom. Today in class we're going to talk about shapes, and we'll be talking about 2D shapes and 3D shapes. So first we're going to start with 2D shapes. And 2D shapes are flat shapes. Okay, so we're going to take a look at some different 2D shapes and then think of some examples of where we might see these shapes in real life. Okay, so right here we have, what shape is this? It has 1, 2, 3 sides, and 1, 2, 3 vertices. What shape is this? A triangle. And where might you see a triangle at? Okay, a slice of pizza. Good. So, a triangle is a 2D shape. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down. We have triangles. A yield sign. Good. Yeah, that's really creative thinking. So we know that pizza, a yield sign, and triangles can look like this. They could look like this. As long as the shape has 3 sides, it is a triangle. Okay, our next shape, our next 2D flat shape is A. So this shape has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. Does anyone know what shape this is? Yes, this is a square. And squares have 4 sides, and all of the sides are the same size. Okay, so where might you see a square? Remember, it's a flat shape. Okay, maybe a window is a square. So windows might be rectangles or they might be squares. A side on a die. Yeah, so if you have an actual die, only one side, but the sides are going to be squares. Good. A coaster. Good. So we know that this is a square and it has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides and 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices. So far we've learned about triangles and squares. Very good. Okay, so this shape also has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. But what do you notice about this shape compared to this shape? They both have 4 sides, but what's the difference with this shape? Yeah, 2 of the sides are longer. It doesn't matter if it's like this, or like this, this, or this. As long as 2 of your sides are longer, that makes a rectangle. So for rectangles, you have 2 longer sides and then 2 shorter sides. You still have a total of 4 sides. This is a rectangle. Very good. So can you think of some examples of a rectangle in your real life? Okay, like a chalkboard or a whiteboard. A door. A mirror. A window. Okay. Okay. Great. Okay, our next side, our next shape, also has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, and this is called a parallelogram. Ooh, I made a trapezoid. Just kidding. Sorry. So a parallelogram has two sides that are parallel. Okay, so, and then the other two sides are parallel as well. So what that means is if I were to extend these lines out forever and ever and ever, they would never cross each other. So these lines will never cross each other. And these lines will never cross. They will always keep going straight. This is a parallelogram. Parallelograms aren't as common, but does anyone know where you might see a parallelogram? You use this in the classroom. An eraser, yeah, so an eraser is shaped like a parallelogram. Very good. Okay, our next shape is this shape. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. And all of the sides are the same size. They're a little bit more stretched out compared to a square. What is this shape called? Okay, good. This is a rhombus. And where might you see these shapes in real life? Okay, a kite, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so ace on a card and the cards. Good. Okay, our next shape here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. And then one of the sides is, two of the sides are the same size. The other two sides, one is longer, the other is shorter. These two lines are parallel. Does anyone know what shape this is? A trapezoid. Good. And where might you see a trapezoid? This one's a little bit trickier. Okay, so sometimes tables might have this shape. I'm going to kind of draw some examples for you. So sometimes you might see a table that kind of is shaped like a trapezoid. What else? Okay, good. So if you ever had popcorn, it's not a good example. If you ever had popcorn, the container's sides look like a trapezoid, or are a trapezoid. It's a popcorn. It's a trapezoid. Go ahead. Okay, so bridges. Sometimes a bridge might be in the shape of a trapezoid. So here's your road, and then it goes over water. So there might be a trapezoid shape on a bridge. Very good. Okay, our next shape here is it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. What is this shape called? You know, a pentagon. Good. It has 5 sides. Okay. And where might you see a pentagon at? Or have you seen a pentagon? Okay, so a birdhouse might be shaped like this, or a doghouse. Okay, so sometimes you might see a street sign that has 5 sides. It's also on, if you've ever seen a soccer ball, they have the black in a soccer ball is actually a pentagon, and the white is a hexagon, which we'll talk about next. So all of the black pieces on a soccer ball sorry, this is not a good example, are pentagons. Okay, our next shape here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And does anyone know what this shape is called? So any shape that has 6 sides is called a hexagon. Good, hexagon. Hexagons have 6 sides, and pentagons and hexagons are both in soccer balls. Where else might you see a hexagon? Okay, a beehive, yeah. So the little shapes in beehives are hexagon. A fishbowl, good, good. Okay, this shape here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. This is also a hexagon because it has 6 sides. So any shape that has 6 sides is a hexagon. So it doesn't matter if it looks like this or this. As long as it has 6 sides, it is a hexagon. Okay, our next shape here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sides. And this shape, this shape's a little bit trickier to make. Got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 sides. So this is called a heptagon. Heptagons have 7 sides, and so there's not a lot of examples of heptagons, but sometimes coins can be heptagons. They have 7 sides. Okay, our next shape has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sides. And this is called a octagon. Octagon. And an octagon has 8 sides. And some examples of an octagon are a stop sign, 8 sides. Sometimes clocks can have 8 sides. Sometimes trampolines, if they're not a circle, they can have 8 sides. The next two I'm not going to draw on the board because I don't have room. But our next shape has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sides. And this is called a nonagon. It has 9 sides. And same thing with the heptagon, there are some coins that are nonagons. And our last one that we're going to talk about today is a decagon. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sides. And there are some examples of decagons. You might have seen a watch that has 10 sides, or sometimes a pool might have 10 sides, or a star has 10 sides. So those are decagons, and this is a 2D shape with 10 sides. now we're going to talk about some 3D shapes. And these are solid shapes that you have to mention. Okay. So the first shape we're going to talk about is, and I'm going to do my best to draw these. This is a pyramid. Okay. And a pyramid, so if we were to look at this, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sides, and on some sides there are some triangles, and then the bottom piece is a square. And so where might you find a pyramid in real life? The actual pyramids in Egypt. A roof. A tent. Good. So pyramids are solid or 3D shapes. Our next shape. We're going to talk about our next 3D shape. Is a cube, and on each face or side of a cube there are squares, and there are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 faces, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 sides, and also 12 vertices. And so where might you find a cube in real life? Okay, so dice that you play with. A Rubik's Cube. An ice cube. Yeah, so cubes. You might see those in real life. And every side or every face of a cube is a square. Okay, our next shape. And try to do this the best I can. Is a spear. And so where might you see a spear in real life? And so you can roll a spear. It doesn't have any faces like a pyramid or a cube. It also doesn't have any vertices. Where might you find a spear? A ball. Good. Oranges. The moon, the sun, planets. Good, very good. Okay, our next 3D shape we're going to talk about today is called a cylinder. A cylinder has 2 circles at the top and the bottom, and then it has a longer middle, and it does not have any sides, but it does have 2 circle faces. And where might you find a cylinder in real life? A soup can, a log, marshmallows, a drum, a cup, okay, candle. Good, good. Okay. Right, the next shape we're going to talk about is very similar to a cube, but it has rectangles on the side. Okay. So this shape is a rectangular prism. Where might you see this shape in real life? Okay, brick, dominoes, Kleenex box, a microwave, a cereal box, the ice cream sandwich, yeah, very good. Okay, we have one more shape today that we're going to talk about. And this shape is called a cone. And a cone has one vertex. It has a circle base, and then it does not have any edges or sides. So have you ever seen a cone in real life? Where have you seen a cone? An ice cream cone. So if you flip this cone around, it would be an ice cream cone. A party hat. The orange traffic cones. Good. Sometimes a tree might look like a cone. Carrots, so the big carrots look like a cone. Good. We learned about 2D and 3D shapes, and we talked about where we might see those shapes in our real life. Very nice job participating. I hope you learned something. I will see you all later. Goodbye.